Hello everyone, welcome back. Welcome back to Math with Gustavus. In this lesson, we'll be focusing on multiplying fractions and whole numbers. Let's jump right into it. Whenever you're multiplying whole numbers and fractions, I'm recommending that you convert the whole number to a fraction. Afterwards, you simply multiply the two fractions. Now, whenever you're converting a whole number to a fraction, you simply divide it by 1. That is the whole number, then your fraction bar, and then below the fraction bar, which is your denominator, would be 1. Let's jump into some questions where you will better understand what I've just said. Here we have 3 over 11 times 2. 2 is our whole number, and the first step is to convert that to a fraction. And again, we divide the whole number by 1, and it is now converted to a fraction. Now, I hope you have watched my videos on multiplying fractions. There are several methods, and in working all these questions, I'll ensure that I cover those methods. However, I'm strongly recommending you to go over to those videos and watch them in your spare time. All right, let's multiply these. So it's 3 over 11 times 2 over 1. So when multiplying fractions, you simply multiply the numerators. In this case, it is 3 times 2, which is 6. Then you multiply your denominators, which would be 11 times 1, and that will give you 11. Pretty simple, right? Cool. Journey with me through the rest of the question where they'll get more interesting for sure. In the second question, we have 5 times 3 over 10. Now, our whole number is 5. The first step is to divide that by 1. So it's 5 over 1. After we have done that, we should multiply fractions. Now, we multiply fractions by multiplying the numerators. So it's what? 5 times 3, which is 15. And then then multiply our denominators, which are 1 and 10. So it's 1 times 10, which will give us 10. After you have multiplied your numerators and denominators, you always check to see if they can be reduced. In this case, as you can see, they can be reduced, right? Because the highest common factor of 15 and 10 is 5. So what we're going to do now, we're going to extend the fraction bar and then divide both 10 and 15 by the highest common factor, which is 5 in this case. So it's 15 divided by 5 and also divide 10 by 5. So let's simplify this. So 15 divided by 5, that will give you 3, and 10 divided by 5, that will give you 2. So now we have 3 over 2, which is an improper fraction. Remember now that improper fractions can be converted to a mixed number. So let's do that. So 2 into 3, that goes what? 1 time. And if you subtract 2 from 3, that will leave you with a remainder of 1. And then you put back your denominator, which is 2. So your answers, let's go back to the first one. So your answer in the first case is 1 over 6. And in the second case, you can express it as, did I say for this one, the answer is 6 over 11 rather. And in the second case, it's 3 over 2. Or you can express it as 1 and a half. All right, cool. So that's how you multiply fraction there. Let's look at this one, 5 over 21 times 49. Now, our whole number is 49. And the first step is to divide it by 1. All right, so we'll put it over 1. Now, we can multiply 5 times 49, no problem, right? But as the numbers get larger, what I recommend is to assess your numerators and denominators and look for the opportunity to reduce or cancel them. All right, so let's check. So our numerator here is 5 and the denominator is 21. We can't reduce that one. 49 and 1 we can't reduce, so we check our diagonals. So we have what? 5 and 1 can't be reduced, and then we check what? 21 and 49. If you look clearly, you will notice that the highest common factor of 21 and 49 would be 7, right? So you'll divide both 21 and 49 by 7. So let's do that. So 21 divided by 7, and then divide 49 also by 7, right? So 21 divided by 7, that would be 3, and 49 divided by 7, that will give you back what? 7. After you're finished reducing or cancelling, you can multiply your numerator. So let's do that. 5 times 7 rather, that will give you 35, and then 3 times 1, that will give you 3. So we are left with 35 upon 3, which can be converted to a mixed number. So let's do that. So 3 into 35, that goes 11 times, and you'll be left with 2 remainder, and then you put back your what? 3. If you're unsure, you can always double check, see if it's correct. So it's 3 times 11, 33, plus 2, 35, and then you put back your denominator. So that's definitely correct. Let's turn our attention to number 4. Here we have 36 times 5 over 24. Again, the first step is to convert your whole number to a fraction. We do that by simply dividing by 1. Alright, after you have done that, you could multiply your numerators, but again, as the numbers get larger, I'm recommending that you reduce them before multiplying. Alright, so let's do that. Alright, so we have 36 and 1, can't cancel there. We have what? 5 and 24, can't cancel there. So let's check our diagonals, right? So if you look closely right here, you notice that we have what? 36 and 24. Now the highest common factor of that is what? If someone said 2, that's common, but what's the highest? The highest is 12, right? So we would divide the 36 by 12, and we'll also divide the 24 by 12, all right? So 36 divided by 12, that would be 3, and 24 divided by 12, that would be 24 divided by 12, that would be 2. So let's multiply now. What are we left with? Or we could check this diagonal, 5 and 1. That can't be reduced, right? Whenever you can't reduce anything else, that's when you multiply your numerators and denominators. So let's focus on our numerators first. So it's 3 times 5, that will give us what? 15. And then 1 times 2, that will give us 2. So we're left with 15 upon 2, which can be converted to a mixed number by simply dividing the 15 by 2. So 2 into 15, that goes 7 times, and you'll be left with a remainder of 1, and then you put back your denominator, which is 2. All right, let's look at this final question before you get a chance to work. Number 6. The whole number in this case is 22, so we put it over 1. Then we check out our diagonals. We can check the 3 and the 1, can't reduce there. Then we check the 22 and 44. When you see 22 and 44, what comes to mind? Which timetable comes to mind? For me, I always think about my what? 11 times, right? Cool, but could it be more than that? Maybe, maybe not. Let's start out with 11. 11 is not the highest, but use what you can see. All right, if 11 is that number that pops up first, try that first. Use that first. Use what you can see. All right, so 11, right? So 11 into 22, that goes 2 times, and 11 into 44 goes 4. Whenever you have to cancel multiple times, that is suggesting that you did not use the highest common factor, which is okay, as long as you're aware that you should continue reducing. So let's reduce again. 2 and 4. So 2 can go into 2, and 2 can also go into 4. So we'll say what? 2 into itself goes what? 1, and 2 into 4 goes 2. So we're left with 1 times 3 for our numerator, and what? 1 times 2 for our denominator. All right, so this again is an improper fraction which can be converted to a mixed number. So that would be 2 into 3 goes 1 time, and you'll be left with a remainder of 1, and then you put back your denominator. Number 6 is for you because you're special and you have done a wonderful job today. So I'm asking you to complete this question and post it in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to encourage person to come over to this channel, our channel, so that we can have a wonderful time learning mathematics. See you guys soon.